welcome to the most horsepowerful podcast on the internet, the Xbox Drive. Before we get this show on the road, please take a moment to like, subscribe, and ring that bell on YouTube, and leave a 5-star rating or review on your podcatcher of choice. If you want to continue the conversation after the show, make sure you join the Carpool Gaming Discord. For exclusive content and all the Carpool shows in one simple feed, head over to patreon.com/carpoolgaming. Finally, head over to carpoolgaming.com for all of your merch needs. Now, with all that out of the way, you better buckle up, Buttercup, because it's time for the Xbox Drive.
Greater than X.
What's up, everybody? It's the Xbox Drive. I am one of your hosts, Fee, and it is currently episode 351, only 9 episodes away from the coveted 360. Remember, 9 episodes, guys.
9.
It's a lot, but it's just around the corner. We're going to say it's a lot, and then we're going to be like, bam, what happened? And then it's going to be the episode 360.
We should have planned for this.
Yeah. Let's plan for it now. Might start. Maybe a good idea.
Exactly. But as you hear, I'm not alone. I currently have 2 of my co-hosts. Starting off with Bowza. How's it going, Bowza?
Not too bad. Took a little nappy nap after work, so now I'm ready.
What's a nap?
What are those for real?
I mean, hey, try it sometime. It's good for you.
I don't know how to nap. Actually, the last time I had a nap, I went full flight or fight after when I woke up, and it went swimmingly.
Yeah, I don't like. I could nap at any point in time. Like I'm definitely one of those people. If I get comfortable for a solid minute,
yeah.
Like my couch that's in there is so notorious for just crashing people to sleep. So yeah, I mean, things happen, but I can't do it. I fight it. I get up.
Valid. And Mitch, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I have no more sickness anymore. It's all gone.
No more
Thank
sickness.
God. Computer issues are fixed.
You could say you were down with the sickness, or done with the sickness, if will.
I need a ba-doom-tsh. I need that soundbite. That's what I need.
Missed opportunities.
Yeah. Put it in the notes. I'm gonna write it down.
And of course, we are currently missing one of our co-hosts, Sean. He will be joining us later on this evening, so worry not for people who are currently watching this live. For people who are not watching this live and listening to this in their cars, maybe going to work or maybe coming home, at this point, Sean's just not going to be on this particular episode, but if you want to, you can always go check out our Twitch channel, because we are going to be playing some Helldivers 2 after this podcast. So boy howdy, do we have a cutoff time. So
we have a hard stop.
So this week, I can't talk about 5 games I've been playing. Mitch can't go on a tangent, and Bowza continues to be Bowza, because Bowza holds us together. Because if Bowza wasn't here, this show would be 6 hours long, and it would be crazy.
I just want to point out, we absolutely can talk about 5 different games you're playing. Just don't take 20 minutes on each game you're playing. That's all.
I get really excited about the games I play, though, Mitch.
And I do too. But you gotta get the snippets, the cliff notes. They hit the points. Hit the points. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
You're asking a lot of me.
I guess. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
My bad.
I appreciate you understanding this. But yeah, we are starting at a little bit of a different time this evening. We're testing out new waters, if you will. For people, like I said, if you're listening to this next week, this isn't going to affect you. But in this particular case, we are starting a little bit later. Earlier, not later, earlier. That's how time works. Time is a construct. So yeah, we're going to be playing a game later on. But do we want to hop into housekeeping?
Housekeeping.
She was late. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. She was late. Hey.
Housekeeping.
Yeah, she's here now. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe she didn't get the memo about the time change, so
100%. Yeah, exactly.
We'll let it go 1 week. It's fine.
She's like, what is his hour early nonsense? I'm not used to being here on time.
All right. So we have a couple new patrons. We'd love to see that. So we have OldMrFrump is joining at the gold member tier. And Nuke the Bridge for joining at the ad-free all-in-one tier. Awesome. Hey. Thank you very much. Recent Patreon content. We had Garrett on for the Pants show, and Seth is up next, so you'll be hearing Seth on Sunday. But
Love
your
it.
support on Patreon directly helps out with Extra Life efforts and helps to get us there and keep the wheels on this car going. So we love and appreciate all of you.
Just
support
want
us.
to point out these two to Extra Life. These
Whatever.
two to Extra Life. Sorry, Sean.
And I'm coming from another country, Mitch.
You are.
Yeah.
But would still
Another-
probably be closer than Mitch getting there.
100% actual. Yeah.
Actually, that is okay. That's my problem. Is like when I look at stuff like that, I think like, oh man, I'm in a different country, but am I like I'm super close to?
you're
like,
way
in New York.
closer.
Yeah, I'm on a hop, skip, and a jump. Whereas you're like a continent away. I mean, like that's what people think when it comes to Canada. They're just like, oh, you should just be down the road from Vancouver. No, it's on the other side of the country. That's not how that
True.
works.
It's
Because
true.
sometimes I just like asking people like, "Where's Nova Scotia on a map?" And then they point at like Nunavut, or they point at like
Did you
Ontario.
stutter or was that a place you said?
That is a province. That's actually a territory. It's called Nunavut.
I thought you coughed. I was going to say it's like a sneeze. I was going to say it's
No, that's one of the territories. We have 10 provinces and 3 territories, Mitch.
I'm a dumb American. I don't know these things.
This
I'm
is
sorry.
true. I was gonna say, I'm not gonna blame you for that one.
Yeah. Sorry, that
Yeah.
wasn't taught to us in public school.
It's
God
true,
forbid I could
because
read.
it
Like,
probably
let alone
came-
know Canada provinces. Come on. Now.
It also probably became a territory after you finished school. So, badumts. It actually became
Wow.
a territory in '99. So,
Hold on a minute. I was still in school in '99. That's mean. That's mean.
you
I
thought
gotta go to law clinic. I gotta go to HR.
you know what?
That's
Go
ageist.
for it.
Go for it, she said. You're already in legal trouble with Rich Bauer, and now you're doing this. I'll just get Rich Bauer. I'll
Yeah.
get Rich Bauer to make an
Good to-
appearance. Don't worry about it.
Okay, that's fine. But yeah, also, guys, as a heads up, we still have some really great benefits for people who might be signing up for our Platinum and our Ultimate tier on Patreon as well. So if you are interested, we have some great corporate Bobby merch. Corporate Bobby, adorable producer. It's not corporate, it's producer Bobby. If you sign up for the Platinum tier, you can get an adorable mug, and for the Ultimate tier, you get a T-shirt. So definitely sign up. I've been seeing posts in the Discord, and it's been super cool seeing people enjoying their mugs and enjoying their T-shirts. They look fantastic. So keep on sending photos, guys. Those are gifts from us. It's not you get charged for that item. Nope. You get the item for signing up for either Platinum or Ultimate. So definitely go check it out.
Artwork done by the lovely Fee.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Talk about
I thought you were just gonna be like, by the way, I made this great artwork, and not to
That's
toot my
why
own
it's
horn.
awesome.
That's why it's awesome. Just to point out, it's phenomenal because I did it.
I mean, I did it. That's me. I made the artwork, the cute artwork. But yeah, do we have any other housekeeping, Bowser?
I think that's it for this week.
Okay.
Housekeeping.
Bye,
moving on.
housekeeping.
By housekeeping lady.
Wow.
Also, I'm gonna
Bye-bye.
make sure I clip out the I did it. I'm gonna clip that out.
I did.
100%. Yep. God, I can't wait. I can't wait to have the compilation ready. So, like, I mean, when I get a moment, when I'm not, going to the office, because like yesterday I had to go to the office because my internet went out. Driving, people. Ugh.
That's what I had to do
You know what I
today. Go into an office.
No one likes that. No one wants to deal with that. But
Everyone was
It's
super
all
nice
good.
though.
it's all good. It was a good time though. It was a good time. It just is a time away from here where I can get some stuff done around my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, or just computer stuff or OBS stuff. The things I do allegedly while I'm on the clock getting paid by my company. All good. Don't listen, boss.
Fair. Yeah. Well, I actually played a game this week, guys, that
that's
included
cool.
housekeeping.
Ooh,
Oh.
you played a
It's
game
called-
that included housekeeping.
Yes, you were actually housekeeping.
Oh,
This
did
bed
she
we made,
sound like that person?
No.
Sound like the lady? No, okay.
not at all, and we didn't even say it once. So we played
Missed opportunities. What are we doing?
missed opportunity. I played a game called This Bed We Made, which, guys, I was so excited. It's based in Canada in the 50s. Yeah, Montreal, mind you. So it was very interesting to see some papers and notes and stuff in the game that were in French. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. So I played This Bed We Made, which was a game that I purchased forever ago. And it was fantastic. I loved it from start to finish. It is so great. I'm not going to spoil it, obviously. I did a really fun recap when Lachlan and Sean joined my stream and kind of went over everything that happened. But you start off cleaning a specific room, and then you may or may not find out that there's some like secrets and intrigue happening within the hotel, including may or may not be getting stalked by someone. Who knows?
Jesus.
So it's a lot of investigating what's going on, determining if you should keep evidence or if you should be throwing away evidence, as well as balancing your relationship with one of your coworkers, but that's not the main plot of the game, but it is something you can do. But there's also other like side things going on, which is very interesting. So two of your colleagues are in a fight because of another colleague, and so you're trying to like weave your way through their gossip and their troubles.
Everybody has that one colleague they don't like, right?
True.
Like I definitely have one. I'm not going to say who though on the air in case they ever go to youtube.com/carpoolgaming or, check their new podcast feeds or anything,
Wow.
Hey, other 3 coworkers, figure it out.
Wow. Just trying
It's
to
okay.
figure it out now. They're trying to figure it out. But no, I really like it. Also, it's so interesting. And the way that I was thinking about it is there was multiple lives happening in a hotel. And I've never really thought about that before, that there's just like people just like living their separate lives in a hotel. Like they're very close together. They are there for a specific reason. It might be family reasons. It might be an event that they're going to. It might be positive, negative, maybe it's business, maybe they're staying in a hotel because they recently lost their house. Like there's just so many different stories happening at once, and it's very interesting to think about. And this game really makes you think about that. It really puts you in like, okay, this person came to this hotel and they're originally from Texas, or oh, this guy has been having financial issues, or oh, this woman's been having issues with her husband, stuff like that. So it's very interesting to see these like small like clips of like different like not so much ecosystems but specifically just people's lives in like little condensed little boxes. And I think the character like actual interactions are quite interesting and really good. So I am very excited to play it more. Apparently there's 9 different endings, so I'm going to have to play it a few extra times to get 100%, because I actually want to get 100% in this game. I want to see what different changes or like what actions I do could cause maybe a completely different outcome of the game. So yeah, would highly recommend it. Yes, Midge.
Are any of these endings dependent on whether or not you made a bed correctly or not?
Technically, yeah.
Oh no. Jeez.
Oh no. Well, we know which one Mitch is getting.
I know, right? Are any of them like, do you have to do actual housekeeping tasks?
Yes.
Or is it, okay, got it. So you have to go in and like,
So
you get that call from the front desk, some kid threw up on their bed, you gotta go clean it up, like,
that's
oh my
funny.
gosh, she got big eyed, like that's a real mission. Hold on a second. She got so excited.
One of the first things that happens is when you finish cleaning a specific room, you go downstairs to the front lobby, and one of the characters, her name is Beth, who, funny enough, my partner did not trust the entire time, even though I chose her as my acolyte or my companion. He was very much like, no, don't do this. This is like, you shouldn't trust her, like, as far as you can throw her kind of deal. But she says like, oh, can you do something for me? And the character's just like, do I have to clean up like vomit again? I had to do that like last week. And I still remember the smell. And then Beth's like, no. I don't need to hear anything else of this story. But yeah, no, it usually, you have a list. So you have your maid cart, and then it says like, you need to clean 506, 507, 508, 509. And then you go to the different rooms and it might say like partial clean, which means that you just have to clean the bathroom or random garbage, or you have to do a complete clean, which includes like doing all of that plus making sure that the floors are tidy and that everything is organized. And there are sections where you have to make the bed. Likely if you get to keep your job or not. So
Are any of them like power washing simulator when you get to the bathroom and there's just a disaster and you just have to hose down the walls?
Yes.
just clean the whole damn thing.
There's like, I'm not going to go into too much
You just
spoilers.
spray Febreze everywhere like this and just run out of the room.
All I'm just going to say is there was a bachelorette party. And there was a Halloween, and there was a Valentine's Day party, and apparently that went haywire. So we don't know what happened.
I don't have a sound effect on this for the one I want to use. Is it, what's the game rated? Is it
I don't know.
rated? That would be terrible.
No, it's nothing like that. I was able to stream it from start to finish.
Okay, good.
So it's fine.
Good, okay. Housekeeping goes up to the wrong room and just sees something horrible.
No, not at all. No, but it's a really interesting way to like tell the story, and I very much like that. As you guys know, I very much like story-rich video games. Mm-hmm. So this was a pick that I wanted to go like play for a long time, and I kept on putting it off. But I feel like our conversation last week was very eye-opening to me. Rather than like waiting for the best time, just play a game. Just
It's always spooky season, Fee. Always.
Boy, howdy, was it a good option. I am so excited, Bowser. For context, last weekend I did a very belated birthday Extra Life stream. And if you donated $50 or more, you get to select a game that I have to play. You guys, immaculate choices. One friend donated and she's like, you know what I want you to play. All she plays is Baldur's Gate 3. So I get to play Baldur's Gate 3 again, guys. I'm so excited. And then Bowser, it comes in and is just like Pentiment. And I'm like, bless you. I want to play this game so well.
Yeah.
But then Lucas comes in and he's just like, so what's the limit on how long you have to play this game for? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, well, I just thought maybe it'd be fun to like make you play EVE Online or something. And I'm like, sir, why would you do that to me? People spend real money. $30,000 is one of the most expensive ships in the actual 30 grand. No,
I need to invent one of these games.
That's like Soldier Boy. He's probably the only person that if Soldier Boy played that stream for one time, they probably were just like, yo, put a thing in there that's $30K. I bet you he'll be the only idiot that buys it.
It's wild. But no, I have a few other people that need to select their game, but I'm so excited with the ones that people chose. So thank you, Bowser, because I'm definitely going to be playing that game.
What's funny is I chose, so I was already going to do it, right? I was already going to go ahead and donate to her and all that stuff. And I thought it'd be funny. I was like, and this is entirely a joke. I was never going to make her do this. I'm like, go play Apex. Because I know it's a disaster, right? Not knowing one of the goals she had was actually to play Apex for 2 hours. And I sent that to her and I immediately said, Apex, have fun. And she's like, oh, thanks. And I'm like, by the way, I'm just kidding. She goes, oh, no, I actually have a goal here. I have to play Apex if I hit this goal. I'm like, oh, crap. And then I felt bad. And I'm like, well,
I mean, to be fair, she put the goal out there, not you.
That's very true. But, and then I'm like, do you do better with third person? Because I'm not trying to make you throw up. She's like, yes. I'm like, good, go play Gears.
Yeah, so I'm going to play Gears.
So yeah, I was like, that'll be better for you. And it's a great game.
I'm excited to play Gears. By the way, that still stands until the end of the year. So if I hit 750, your girl has to play Apex for 2 hours. And it's going to be a hoot, is the best way to put it. Just a hoot. But yeah, those are the, I played a bunch of other games that I've already talked about at length, so we'll talk about that in another day, but I want to know what Bowser's been playing this week.
Well, not only did I play games, I finished 3 games this week, because I'm on fire, and this is why I don't have a backlog, because I just beat all the games right away.
Bowser, I just want to say, I was excited to say I beat 1 game this week. I was so excited. I was coming on the
someday
podcast
you can get there.
I beat 3 games. I beat 1 game. I can finally feel like I'm living my best Bowser life. You come in with 3? What 3 games did you beat this week?
So I finished up Shy Cat's Hidden Orchestra. So that's the one where you're like finding all the cats, but I found all of the cats in all of the levels, including the secret ones. So my orchestra is full. I listened to beautiful music. That one's done. Uninstalled. Gone. I also finished Little Nightmares. The backtrackers are meeting on Sunday at 11 Eastern to discuss that one, so I had to get it done. It's not a super long game either, so it didn't take too much to get through it. I'd played it before. I think it was on Stadia.
It was.
I think that's where I played it the first time, but it had been a long time ago, so I ran through it again. The third game I beat is one that the community picked for me. Last weekend, a few of us had the community pick our next games through a tournament bracket live on Twitch, and they picked a Ranger role puzzling adventure. So I played through that one. So that's the one where you're like wandering around a set of tiles, and like if you move horizontally, all of the tiles shift horizontally in that row.
How is it?
So a neat little puzzle game. I liked it. Cute little story. Yeah. Didn't take too long either. It's not a huge game, but that was fun. Something different for sure.
Yeah, I have to play that game. I was lucky enough to get a code for it, so I really want to play it.
Do it.
I will after this week, mostly because I'm working on something else, which I'll talk about later on. But boy, howdy, do I want to play that game, because I love puzzle games, so I'm very excited to play through one for sure.
Yep. And then the other thing, I started playing Creatures of Ava, which is the new one that just hit Game Pass. Haven't gotten very far, so I don't have too much of an opinion yet, but so far so good. I'm having fun.
That one's really pretty. It has like the paintbrush and stuff from it's not a paintbrush, it's just a staff. It looks like a paintbrush though.
You have a staff and you have a flute. So,
that's so
fun.
cute.
Getting animals to help you. Some neat stuff. Mitch, what have you been playing this week?
I mean, do I have to say it's Apex? Well, to be fair, I also I did a lot of editing this week. I got like stuff done. I like kind of bounced back and forth, but then on Tuesday, Apex season 22 got released. So new map got released. What's funny is I actually did not play much of the new map because the one day I played, it wasn't on ranked rotation, so I wasn't playing it. But some of the things that they added to the game for this new season, no new character, which is totally fine, but they changed up some of the gun stuff. There's some quality of life stuff that's really nice. Now when you shoot an enemy, you can actually see a health bar above their head. So you could actually truly tell how much damage you've done to them, to whether or not it's a good idea to push them or not. There's 2 weapons in the game now that you can akimbo, so where you can hold 2 of them instead of just one and shoot both together, which is broken. And please don't change the respawn because it's super duper fun. I'm having a lot of fun with it. Don't patch it, please. That'd be great. But no, like I played a little bit of that, but honestly, other than that, like there was just a lot going on. Like I was working, I had to go in the office. So I literally played this whole time. Like even on the weekend, I didn't stream that much. So it was just a lot of Apex, but overall happy with season 22 stuff. The new map that I played, it's called E-District. It is very much like a nighttime Tokyo map. It's lots of neon lights. But so far from what I played of it, there wasn't a lot of guns on the ground. So I'd run into a building and I'd be like, can I find a gun? No. Let me try to go to this other building. Can I find a gun? No. So I don't know if I'm just not landing in good spots yet. I also haven't played much of it at all. I'm sure I'll play more of it this weekend, but that's kind of what I'm looking forward to playing right now. And the other thing that's good too is Buzz is very excited about this. Buzz, who is very much he doesn't like Apex quite a bit because of things like aim assist. He feels it's too strong on PC. He has all these things to say, but one of the patches that they did is they actually lowered the aim assist for controller players on PC. So when they did that, fights are a lot more fair for the keyboard and mouse people. I ain't scared. I'll go back to PC lobbies. Doesn't bother me none. No, let's put it this way. In Apex, there's people that will, as soon as you play with a PC person, you get PC lobbies, basically. We're crossplay lobbies. And let's say people with keyboard and mouse have an insane advantage when it comes to movement in the game. Their movement that they can do, you are not able to replicate on controller, period. And some people feel it's unfair because they can do certain things. At the same time, people on controller on PC get aim assist, which on keyboard and mouse, there ain't no aim assist. So it's kind of like there's always been this like huge thing, like some pros swapped to controller because of how good aim assist was. It was actually worth getting rid of like not having that extra awesome movement. So that was one of Buzz's biggest complaints. And he's just like, there's just too much aim assist. I feel like I don't have a fair advantage. And then literally one of the patch notes, they go, we're lowering aim assist on controller players for PC. And Buzz is like, I'm down 100%. I'm ready to play. So and I asked him, like, do you notice a difference? And he said, yeah. And he's actually excited to play that game. And that's all I can be happy about. So more people play Apex with, I am not upset. One thing I will also mention that they added, and this is for Bowser and anybody new to the game, Bot Royale. They actually have a full-on BR that you can play, not just the firing range, but a full BR that you can play that is just bots. So you have basically a chance to learn legends, learn different tactics, and you can do it by yourself or you can do it with people, which I think is cool. So you can figure out teamwork solutions, comps, how to run games, stuff like that. The only thing, I haven't played it. The only thing that Buzz told me, he played it once, and unfortunately there's no way to scale the enemies. It's not like, I wish there was a way you could be like, hey, I'm plat rank. Can you make these bots plat difficulty? But unfortunately, they're like Fortnite bots where they have Stormtrooper aim and they're not very engaging. Like they don't make the best decisions. So, but the good thing is, it's like, it gives you a chance at least to get used to the way that the game plays, the way characters play, how to move throughout the games, how to look, move through the buildings and stuff like that. So it is pretty cool.
Different maps and stuff.
I haven't, from what I've seen, I don't know. I haven't personally tried a version of it yet. Buzz played it, and I think he was on E-District, which is the new map. Also, too, though, they typically do rotations of the maps, like every hour and a half, they change the map that you're playing, except for a brand new map comes out. For like the first week, you're not playing anything besides the new map. Because they basically because what they figured, what happened is when a new map got released, and then the rotation happened and you weren't playing on that map, people stopped playing.
Right.
Until the map came back. So for the first week, they're just like, you guys have no other choice. This is the map you're playing. We want you to get used to this map. Then after a week, you guys will probably be sick and tired of it, ready to play and go back into rotation at least with the other maps. So I always wondered why they like forced you to play it. And then I was like, that makes a lot of sense. Because if people are just wanting to play the new map and I have to wait 3 hours for the maps to rotate, I'll go play something else for 3 hours. So they don't want you leaving the game because that means you won't spend money. So, yep. But no, that's what I played. I'll be playing more of it this weekend. I definitely need to get back into Elden Ring though too. Again, I just need to play it. And hopefully I won't have internet issues and all those fun things going on that prevent me from playing video games. So we'll see what happens.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. That's all you can do.
Exactly.
Sean, what'd you play? Good answer. All right.
Good answer. Good answer.
Good answer.
Good answer.
Well, maybe we'll give him something new to play here soon.
I want to point out something. I talked about this on my stream. I absolutely hate it when people give the dumbest answer on planet Earth on Family Feud. And your family's right there. And they are forced to go, good answer.
Good answer.
No, Grandma, that's a terrible answer. What are you doing, Grandma? Like, Grandma, lock it in. That's a horrible answer. That's the best. Seeing the fake good answer people. Oh, it's so good. It's so
I'll
good.
do it. Good answer. Good answer.
There you go. This is so awful. So bad.
I love it. Best thing ever.
Man.
Well, I guess I complained loudly enough last week. Xbox finally decided to give us the August Wave 1 games.
I thought that was hilarious.
I already mentioned the Creatures of Ava. We knew that Mafia game was coming.
Mafia.
Another little surprise there, the Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy.
Woo.
Here's your first wave of
There you
Activision.
go. And there's another one.
Wait, what?
The Doom 1 and 2
remaster
thing with like 16-player online multiplayer. I don't even know how that's going to work, but apparently that's a thing.
So it's deathmatch. It's like old school deathmatch is what it is basically. But yeah, I saw that. I downloaded it and I tried it out today. And I will say it's actually, so I played 5 minutes of it, literally, just to kind of get like a quick idea of what it's a fantastic remaster. It really is. It is so good. Like they have so many options of how you can change the way the game looks. So you can do the full widescreen. You can do the box 4:3 mode. You can do my favorite thing that they did was the soundtrack. They have OG. It's like similar to how like Halo had OG graphics, remaster graphics that you can kind of flip flop back and forth. They did that with the soundtrack. So like, here's your OG soundtrack. And then here's your remastered, awesome sounding soundtrack. So they did do a very good job of that. Tons of like video, like you can make the field of view giant. You can turn off that like bob that you have when you walk around with the gun, which I always thought was weird and dumb. But like, and then they have basically every level of those games, Doom 1 and 2. And then they have like all of the mods that were made for it that they kind of made official, like, and it ran, I don't know what it technically ran at because I was playing on my Xbox, but I mean, it was super buttery smooth and it was awesome. Like and again, apparently if you had Doom 1 and 2, I think it was a free upgrade if you already owned it. Now, I do own them, but it's on Game Pass, so it was just kind of there ready for me to download. But yeah, like if you already have Doom 1 and 2, it is a free upgrade. Somebody on the Switch said that, I know. They said they went to the store and like the upgraded version was 100% off, so it was just free for them to download.
Nice. So was it like kind of like BioShock when they made those adjustments and they did the remaster, and then everyone who owned BioShock 1, 2, and Infinite just automatically got the updated versions? Yeah,
so that's, from what I've been told, that's the case. Now, I went to go download it to test that theory, but I had Game Pass, so it kind of was already free, right? It just kind of was like available. It was like as soon as I went down to the store, it was just said Game Pass there. So I mean, it's hard for me to kind of test that theory unless I let my Game Pass lapse, which is not happening. But
it should maybe give you the option to like add to your library or something to buy it because you can buy games that are on Game Pass.
That's true. That's very true.
Do some investigation.
Yeah, I'll do some investigation there. But I will say that just a quick one level that I loaded, it was cool. Lots of options, lots of customization, lots of cool things. I never knew any of the mod stuff for that game. Right. I never played the mods for it. I mean, really, I didn't play 1 and Doom. I remember I played Doom 1 on Xbox Live Arcade. And I remember having to get, I don't know if I ever got it or not. The 100% achievement was like kill people in deathmatch. But obviously it's an old game that like nobody was playing anymore. So me and my buddy Mike just queued up together so we could each get the achievement. So we would search for a game and it would throw us two in a game and just fight each other. And I'm like, get so many kills in the game. So we just kill farmed it basically. But
nice.
Obviously this will bring a lot more attention to it. There was also a special edition. I don't know if you saw that or not. Let me find it here and I'll throw it in the chat. But there was a special edition that is great. That looks very cool. And it comes with all of the Dooms. 1, 2, Doom 64, Dooms? Doom 3, the Doom remake in 2016, and then Doom Eternal Deluxe Edition. So it has all of them, and it has a replica of the BFG, which is phenomenal. Let me go ahead and I'm just throwing that in the chat, in the StreamYard chat there. So if you want to pull it up, you can. But yeah, it is like a whole collection. It also comes with a steelbook. Not even a bad price either, like at all. They did a pretty good job with it, but I saw that got put out there. I don't know the release date on it. It does say pre-orders right now. So I don't know when. It says estimated to be shipped in November of 2024. So yes, that would be it right there. So there's your replica of the BFG gun. Obviously a lot smaller than the one that you get in the game. It's like little Tyke's My First BFG, you know, a little itty bitty one for baby hands. But it's meant to be a replica. Didn't say full size, but yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I thought that was really cool that they did that.
I just want the full version though.
The full version of what?
The gun.
You want a full size BFG?
Yeah, and then I just needed to like make the really loud like metal music that starts playing. Yeah. So, boo doo 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 doo.
She wants it, dude. You realize in the game that thing was like as wide as the screen, right? It would be like holding a coffee table in front of you.
Yes.
Yes. It'd be like an end table. It would just be this.
You could just make it your coffee table. Would that be fun?
There you go. There
it is.
A BFG coffee table.
That's what I need, guys. I need this.
I love it though. 5-inch replica. It's like, okay. But it has LED
very
lights,
many inches.
So it's not. To some, it's okay.
Oh my gosh. It reminds me of those times where like there have been moments, guys, for context, when I order stuff from like Instacart and stuff, I'm very bad at like noticing the size of things. And so one time I ordered, like, I wanted apple chips. So they're like essentially dried apple crisps, and because it was like cinnamon sugar ones, and I'm like, oh, that sounds really good. So I buy them, $4, and the bag legitimately the size of my phone, if not smaller. And I was just like, what? It was $4. And then I pull out this bag, and my partner starts laughing so hard that he's crying, and he's just like, you spent $4 on that. And I'm like, yes, I really wanted this. And he's just like, did you notice how large it was before you bought it? And I'm like, it looked like a regular size bag. And he's like, everything looks regular sizes. If you don't, you need to look at how heavy it is. And I'm like, oh yeah, that would be
the ounces. You know, it's funny. I was just looking at this. I didn't know if Doom 3 ever was on Xbox. Like, I know Doom 1 and 2 and Anthology and all these, but I was like, Doom 3 was the one that was like, I didn't know. And it is on Xbox, so you can buy it.
Nice.
But yeah, like, so yeah, I was just looking at that Anthology, but for $80 for 6 games, granted, most of these games now are only like $1 or $2. So I mean, it sounds like you're mostly paying for the 2 newer Doom games and the replica more than anything, right? Because the rest of the games are literally like $3 a piece or something like that. But very cool that they took the time to make the upgrade awesome, because again, it's just going to make people go back and play Doom, and you know, maybe get them more pumped for the new Doom that got announced. Which
say they got to do that for the new Doom. Yep.
Why do you need more hype? They literally have a chainsaw shield, guys. I think
that's awesome.
That carries it. Like,
yeah,
of course the originals were good. Like, I've only played 16, but still, chainsaw shield. I need this in every game now, including Mafia. Which, by the way, guys, how does Mafia play?
How does it play? Like, what type of game is it?
Yeah,
third
like
person?
what type of? It's
third person. A third person, like it's like Grand Theft Auto style.
Oh, so you go around and just do missions.
Yeah, correct.
So is it like kind of like Hitman?
Yes. I don't know how open world it is. I think it's more open world, but hold on. Is this a new Mafia game or is this a remake?
It's definitive edition. So
it's the first one.
I don't remember if the first one was open world. I think 3 was open world. I never played them, so I couldn't tell you. But yeah, I mean, I would say they definitely played more like Grand Theft Auto. You know, third person, just shooting, doing missions, that type of stuff. Correct.
That's fair. Because, like, I was hoping that, like, of course I knew it wasn't going to play the same way, but, like, there's a game called LA Noire that I really want to play. I've watched people play before, but I'm like, it would be so cool to have something like that where you have to, like, it's not just, like, go in and shoot. It's, like, you have to have discussions and, like, kind of interact that way. But then, of course, if you need to bring out a Tommy gun, you need to pull out a Tommy gun and you need to take people out, but it's fine. Or just tell them, like, kind of give them a warning. You know what I mean? Just maybe...
That was a Rockstar experiment game. That was like, I don't know if you've ever realized this. Rockstar likes to take tech and test it out in games, right? First, cool. Before they do anything else. And that was basically what they did with that game and the facial expressions. Because that was how, when you did their interrogations, that's how you could tell, like, kind of, are they lying? Are they telling the truth? Whatever. So that was basically like one of those tech games that they did. I've heard it's good. I haven't played it. I think I've seen gameplay of it, you know, but like that was definitely one of those, like, back when Rockstar made more than one game every 10 years. That was definitely one of those games. They were like, let's see how we can get with this facial tech. And it's and like 6 looks like it benefits it more than 5 did. 5 wasn't terrible with the facial animations and stuff, but 6 just looks crazy.
Yeah. Here's hoping they do something like that again, because I think that's really cool. Yeah. Any other games that stand out to us from the listing at all?
Crash is supposed to be awesome.
Crash. Yeah, I'll probably try it at some point. I installed it, but just didn't get to it.
You say sometime, it's gonna be like next time. It's gonna be like, yeah, so I played Crash and it was good.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometime between now and next Friday, probably.
One of those days.
When I say like sometime, it's like the next 6 months. Bowser, right. It's the next 6 days.
You know how many more games will be in Game Pass in the next 6 months? Like, you got to keep up with that stuff. You only got a couple weeks to get these in.
You wonder why she doesn't have a backlog and you do.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to play Baldur's Gate 3 again, so here we are.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm.
You have
no.
to.
Woe is me.
No,
Tier.
from what I've been told, the company that did the remake of that, which is now actually a shutdown company at Activision, which is pretty sad. They did a solid job on the remake, from what I've been told. Like every review, I remember saying like it was a really good remaster and like all that. So, and Crash is awesome. I want to say Crash 3 was one of the first games I 100%ed back in the day on PS1. I just had a lot of fun with it. It's kind of crazy. It's, you know, Crash 1 and 2 were very much like similar levels, similar styles, and then Crash 3 was where they introduced like the kart racing style stuff. Like they introduced a ton of stuff before Crash Team Nitro, I think is the name of the game. Like their kart racer came out. So but yeah, the Crash Bandicoot games are super fun platformers. Like they were a reason why they were hella popular back then. And like I said, the remake was good. I never played the new one that came out because I knew there was a Crash 4 or 5 or whatever it was that did come out. It was like an official like sequel or whatever, another entry into this franchise. But again, this is step one. We get an Activision game that's not Call of Duty. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Fair.
Let's see what happens.
Call of Duty. Now we got a not Call of Duty.
Yep.
We just keep flip back and forth.
I mean, I was gonna say there's a lot more not Call of Duties than there are Call of Duties out there for sure.
I'm not sure about that. As far as ones that are actually like already playable on
you know what? You might
Xboxes.
be right. You might be right. There's a lot
like, yeah,
of
there's a lot of other
ton.
old IPs, but they might be held back on other previous generations.
The only thing that worries me is like a lot of Activision's like super awesome games. Some of them are locked behind other IP that if it's still available in the store, I guess, then it's not a problem, right? Like Transformers, like some of those Transformer games were pretty awesome. They also had a license for, I think it was Amazing Spider-Man 2 on Xbox 360. It's like, I don't think you can get that license anymore though, because that's probably locked behind something else at Sony. But yeah, like I said, there's just a lot of games that are like super awesome Activision games, but also are they tied behind IP that would prevent them from being able to put it out in back compat? Because that was always the problem with like some of the like the Tony Hawk games, for example.
Yeah.
You'll be able to put the games that are currently out. I doubt you're going to be able to go back compat and try to get any previous games that aren't available right now, just due to music licensing or IP licensing or whatever the hell. But looking forward to at least them just starting to slowly drip feed the ones that are available without those types of issues. And I would love if they were able to like get some of those back compat games more figured out, that they own the IP now, you know, like they own Activision, so they could easily make all those Activision games that were on the OG Xbox back compat as long as they're not IP bound or something, you know, like what if they took all the old Call of Duties on like original Xbox too? Like you could go full on if you really wanted to. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. But yeah, please more Activision, please. Thank you.
Why not?
More Activision.
All right. Well, we got some people that wanted to hop into the carpool with us.
Get in the car.
First up, we have the Jiggy Collector. Good day, Xbox Drive crew. I want to talk about one of my favorite Xbox and I guess multi-platform games from 2015. Have you ever played Party Hard? I own it on every console and just a great game to pick up and play. Although the sequel was not as good as the first one, definitely falls in my top 10 games list. The Switch version is fairly different with additional DLC and co-op compared to the Xbox and PlayStation versions, which are the basic game. Would love to know if any of you have played it or remember it.
I have to keep it super official with you. No. I've actually never heard of that. Now, when I hear Party Hard, I think of Andrew WK, who sings a song called Party Hard, which is awesome. I also want to point out, if you guys don't know who Andrew WK is, you're welcome. I just brought you into a great line of music that you should go to Spotify and listen to his discographies. They're great. But this game, no.
Yeah. Also,
no idea.
He just married Kat Dennings.
Good for that guy. I had no idea about that. Good for you, bro.
Yeah. Fantastic. I have never heard of this game before. Ever. And you know what? I love that. I love the fact that you're introducing us to this game because it looks fun. Like I would try this out. I'm so curious as to like what you do with this game. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. guys, the explanation, fun version of the game Party Hard Online, kill and hide bodies in this game, online murder game.
Well,
That's
learned
why she
something
loves
about
it
the
so
Jiggy
much.
Collector.
Yeah, exactly.
I need this game.
I'm on the Wikipedia for it right now. The one thing that I will say that I appreciate, the game had Twitch integration, which I am such a fan of that. Game integrates with the streaming website Twitch. Viewers of live broadcasts can trigger events within the game, such as SWAT raids or rampaging bears. The Twitch exclusive events are later enabled for non-streaming players. So I appreciate when games do that extra stuff. Have the little like hashtags you can do. I saw Queen the other day playing a game called 7 Ways to Die, I think is the name of the game. It's like a survival horror style type of game, but it's also like a crafting game. So you have to go get supplies and do that type of stuff. But that game actually has Twitch integrations as well. So I appreciate games that try to do that.
Nice.
I like that.
Cool.
But yeah, real talk, I've never heard of this game a day in my life.
Neither have I.
No.
It came out on Linux. Oh no, it was Microsoft. I was okay. I thought I just saw Linux first. I was like, that's strange. Like, just came out on Linux first? No. But yeah, apparently it's on, well, it's supposed to come to mobile games. This actually says to be announced for mobile. But yeah, I mean, it's been out since 2015. Do you have a video to show the audience of any gameplay of that?
I can find one sec.
I got you for you. I'm just trying not to have you play. Yeah, I don't want you to play Andrew WK and get copyright strikes. You know what I mean? So hold on. I think he'd be cool with it. You know what I mean? I think he'd be fine with it.
I think he would be, but I don't think his studio would.
Yeah, his label might not be
always
thrilled with
just
that.
the people, right?
Come on.
Yeah.
All right, let's put a link in the chat.
Okay.
This says full playthrough, so we don't have to watch the whole 2-hour video. But yeah. Bowser just heard 2 hours long and was like, sold, another game to beat before last week. Yeah,
it's
exactly.
2 hours long. We need to play a game. We're not here to watch someone play a game.
Right. But yeah, there looks like there's a lot. Oh my gosh. I just saw something terrible. I'm gonna close this.
Maybe that's one we add to our list of games to play.
Yeah,
Is this in a
Is that
trailer?
multiplayer?
What's that?
Is this like weird thing in the trailer or?
I just sent you a video that's like the full gameplay. Like that was the first video I saw.
I found the trailer, so I'm just gonna play the trailer.
We can play the trailer. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, that might be better than. Maybe mute it because we might get in trouble.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, because man, I just want to point out something.
Oh, look at all those dead bodies.
I know it's bad. I was just saying. That's why I just saw a lot of dead bodies.
Could have warned
It's
me
pixelated,
before
it's
I
fine.
showed a bunch of bodies on our screen.
Well, I mean, they're really pixelated. I'm sure it's fine.
It is super pixelated. I'm really
But
sorry.
so is Mortal
You
Kombat,
got
and Tipper Gore got mad
traumatized.
at that. I'm just saying.
Well,
You know what's gonna happen? Sean's gonna be like, you know, the time that Fiona had the ability to control the stream, never again.
Never.
This is never again.
I just want to point out, YouTube doesn't mess with copyright strikes. Let's just say that. Let's just say your boy caught a copyright strike for 1 minute and 40 seconds of audio only. This guy, I can't post to YouTube for a week because I got a copyright strike. Because
Oh,
I was testing my stream because it was broken. Okay. And I was trying to get it fixed.
Sure.
And I had this multi-stream thing going on.
Wow.
And I was watching WWE SummerSlam. There was no video. It was only audio. And I went live and I figured I was wrong. I hit turn it off. And then literally got an email saying you got a copyright strike from the WWE. It was 1 minute and 40 of audio only and no video. I appealed it. I was like, guys, you can't see video. It was clearly a mistake. I went live. I'm very sorry. And they said, we don't care. And I can't. And I am still currently banned from going on YouTube live till like Sunday. So yeah, that's make sure you watch out with the music and the videos. So B's all like, great, now I'm gonna get fired. This is awesome.
all right. Before we get fired for murdering
let's just
and
move on to
whatever
the next
else
topic.
it is we're doing, let's have Croco Kyle come in. And they said, hypothetical question. Let's say you have to call in sick to work and you can have any character from a video game cover you for the week. Who are you picking and why? Have a fantastic weekend, y'all. Love and appreciate you.
Of course,
Well, we love and appreciate you, Croco Kyle. Fee, who's going to cover for you at work?
The only character in all of video games that could handle what I do on a daily basis is Isabelle from Animal Crossing. That girl deals with too much. And you know what? I also appreciate the fact that the fandom has decided that her significant other is Doom Guy, because I feel like that's definitely my vibe. So it's just like, even though she's super sweet and gets everything done, boy howdy does she want to go and just take out a bunch of demons with a gun. That's the vibe. So yes, I would say Isabelle from Animal Crossing is 100% the person for, like, if I had to call it a video game character and said, hey, I need you to do my job for me, Isabelle.
Nice. Mitch, who would you send into work for you?
I think I would send in Marcus Phoenix just to be intimidating.
Yeah.
Just to like scare people that I have to talk to into working. Because that's currently what I'm dealing with right now. I just want to be like, hey, knock it off. Like, I just want that voice, that like gravelly voice, to just scare my fellow coworkers to work. Also scare the people that I have to yell at. I would want that guy. Because let's just say, like, I've had moments where I've kind of gotten a little snappy at work. I need somebody that has that kind of aggression. So, and it can't be Master Chief because you can't see the facial expressions, you know?
Yeah.
It's just intimidating because he's just a giant human being with a gun. But I want Marcus Phoenix looking at him with scars all over his face, like he's been through a war, and just like, knock it off. Like, that's what I want.
Love it.
And also watch out for his tomatoes.
No, I don't understand that reference yet.
Yet you will though. Don't worry about it. We got to figure that out, by the way. Like, we have to figure out that's got to be played together. The only thing that sucks, 1 and 2, 2-player co-op. 3, 4-player co-op. 4 and 5, 2-player co-op. Like, yeah.
We went backwards there.
I'm pretty sure 4 and 5 are only 2-player co-op. But yeah, like, it was kind of one of those things, like, we were just so happy to have 4-player co-op when they added it to Gears 3, and then I don't think they actually did do that with 4 and 5. I think they kept it a 2-player co-op.
I like the fact that when Mitch asked me if I'd ever played Gears, I'm like, the only time I've ever played Gears is when I had, the Hammer of Dawn, and I just shot it up because I was playing against people, and my friends were like, I'm gonna take you out, and I'm like, you won't if I take out myself, and then I shoot it because I figured out if I pointed it upwards, it just like hits whatever like you're pointing it at. So I'm just like, if you just shoot up, it has to, what goes up must come down, which is the Hammer of Dawn. And that's how I avoided getting murdered by my friends in Gears, and that's how I evaded them. Taking myself out.
So I think I'm going to go kind of along the lines of Mitch, and I'm going to put Senua in for me.
Oh my God.
So, but just think of this, like, I work from home, right? And even like our Zoom meetings, we don't do any cameras. So no one's going to see me. And she can talk reasonable, right? Man, if she gets mad, whoo, buddy, those people are in for a time.
She'll just start responding to people in her head, though. That would be the problem. She'll just start talking to herself, and everybody's gonna be like, Bowser, you okay over there?
No, I'm not. That's why I called in sick.
Fair.
Or she'll do like that song from the Hellblade 2 trailer. Yeah. That'll really set some people running.
And then you'll be like, Bowser's replacement just got her fired. What is going on right now?
Whatever.
Why does it sound like a cult going on in her room?
Sounds fun.
Everything will be fine. I'm sure that won't cause any problems at all. And then she'll turn on her camera with that face she was making, and then everyone's scared to death. Great.
Exactly.
Be like, Senua, I told you no cameras. She's like, I do what I want. The voice has told me. She just clicks it on.
Turns it on.
Just turns it on, yeah. Voice one told me to do it. Like, oh,
well,
God,
let's just hope that she's not very tech savvy, because right now, the way my setup is for work, my laptop is closed, so the camera is not usable.
There you go. I mean, what you could do is just, like, if you knew that she had to work for you that day, you could just put, like, one of those filters on so she just looks like a cat.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just screaming in that song as a cat.
Can I get the video of that and put it through a filter and just put cat ears on her the whole time and see how
Yes.
ridiculous it looks?
Yes, you should do that, Mitch.
Yes.
But don't put it on YouTube because
Yeah, I can't if I wanted to right now. Don't worry about it. Couldn't do it. Gotta wait till Sunday. Thanks, Triple H. Good Lord. Community strikes, by the way, apparently they go away months from now in November. So if I get another one before November, I can't do anything for 2 weeks. And a third one, my channel's terminated. Awesome. Thanks, Triple H.
Gee whiz.
Gee willikers.
Well, that's it for the community questions this week. Thank you to the Jiggy Collector and Croco Kyle for sending those in. Remember, every week we put out a call for questions, and you can be on the show next week. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be Xbox related because we do what we want.
That's right.
Facts.
Just like we're about to play a game on stream afterwards. It's not even on Xbox.
Exactly. We do what we want.
We do what we want. You hear that, Sean? We do what we want.
Then Sean ends the stream, and then that's
Yeah, you can do
Sean's
that
still
with
in
like the
full
click of
control
one
of the
button.
stream. Sean's like, check this out. Done. And now nobody's
Mitch
talking.
is gone now.
Yeah, exactly.
Just Mitch.
Yeah, just me. He just exiles me from the show.
Yeah.
Makes sense. He doesn't send me links anymore. He's like, hey, Mitch, you don't need to worry about the link. Have a good day.
Yeah.
So sad we won't make it to 360.
Oh,
Oh, we
Yeah,
will.
we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
we'll live on.
Maybe.
It'll be fine.
It's okay.
Might not be able to do it on YouTube, but
Might have to
we
swap
can do the
the
audio
Twitch.
podcast.
Might have to swap the Twitch. Just saying. I'm so scared to stream to YouTube now, by the way, guys. Like, I cannot describe to you how horrified I am to attempt to even stream on YouTube anymore. I'm like, do I even bother? Like, God forbid. A minute 40? I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop.
Oh, Mitch. Oh, sweet summer child.
All right. How about that main topic of the show?
Oh, yes. The main topic.
So let me set the stage. Today, I was fighting with the PlayStation Direct online store, which is garbage, and they should never
So
sell
bad.
anything through there.
It's so bad. Go on.
But fortunately, I did manage to snag myself the Astrobot controller from Target. Good job, Target. Your website doesn't suck.
Good job, Target.
But it got me
Shout out to
thinking
Target.
about all these controllers that I would love to have. I want Xbox to sell me. Like, what? Why can't I have nice things? That's
a real shame.
I got the 20th anniversary controller. That's nice.
Yeah.
I like
That
it.
is nice.
But why can't I have them with my favorite video games on them?
It's very
What are
true.
we doing? Phil, what's going on?
It's Phil Talk there. Bowser
So-
from the Extra Drive.
Exactly. Bowser. Now, I will admit, I may or may not have understood the assignment, and I just came up with an idea of a controller that I would like that to be made in some capacity.
fine.
But I want to hear your thoughts first, Bowser.
All right, so I don't know if you know that Xbox loves to actually create cool controllers and consoles. They just don't like to let us buy them. It's like, nah,
Right.
you can't have that. Sorry. But I like the Hellblade controller that they came up with. I can share it here in a second. But they just had a contest. So you get the console and the controller. Look at that.
That's a sick controller.
Like, oh, it won't let me zoom in the actual picture. Whatever.
That's
Whatever.
a really nice controller.
But I would actually take it a little bit further. I would rather have, like, Senua's blue face painting stuff.
Yeah. I feel like it would probably would have even have helped if they had like a strip of like blue paint on it to kind of like contrast all the brown on the controller
Yeah.
a little bit. Maybe having it on like the bottom left-hand side where that strap is of some sort. They could have put like some sort of like residue of blue paint because you have like the colorful buttons on the right-hand side. So to kind of balance it out, you could have just added like a little bit of blue there just to make it a little bit spiffy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Agreed. Some of the controllers they do a solid job on. Like I'm actually fortunate enough. A majority of the games that I do like, they they have made controllers for. So I am happy about that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm staring at them right now. Like, I have both Gears of War controllers they had. They had 2 different ones for 4, and then they had one for 5. 2 different Halo ones. They had a Sea of Thieves one. I feel like they used to be way more. Yeah, there's your Gears 5 one. Nice. Yeah. They also had a Gears of War Elite controller, which I could not justify because I'm just like, that's a lot of money. Like, I love Gears and all, but at the time, I already had an Elite controller, and I'm like, I couldn't justify spending another $180 for something that would sit there on the shelf. But yeah, most of the games I have, I mean, they've had controllers come out for, and they've been pretty good. So, trying to think of what else.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Right now, if you go to the design lab, you can actually say, hey, I want this Fallout controller. And it costs a little bit extra money, but you can do it. Like, they just put the Fallout print on the controller. Why can we not have that for all of the things?
That's Senua.
Yeah, that's the Senua picture that I would like. Like, maybe have her headdress and some of the blue and even that symbol. That would be a badass controller, right?
Yeah.
Agreed. The only thing I was going to mention is, did you guys ever, this is way back in the day, did you guys ever see the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller?
Nope.
I'm going to see if I can find that for you. Resident Evil 4 had a limited edition controller come out that was in the shape of a chainsaw. Because remember, the main enemy, like in that first mission, in the first village, had a chainsaw. Since we just talked about chainsaws, can we get a chainsaw shield controller for Doom? That'd be awesome. Just saying.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty neat.
That'd be pretty cool.
I mean, and we all want the Deadpool butt controller, right? Like, that's
100%.
how we ended up here.
Right. Now, here's one thing I want to mention that I saw today through Facebook Marketplace, which was very strange. But apparently, you can get a 3D print file as a controller cover that is the Deadpool controller. Don't know how somebody actually made this. And I have a 3D printer, and I'm pretty tempted. Just saying.
Do it. You gotta do it.
I want to try it. But yeah, basically it's a controller shell that goes over the controller that full on is the Deadpool controller. Now, obviously it's going to be a little bit bulkier and everything, right? Because it's not like the original shell on the front is not that, you know, it's kind of like covering the whole controller up. But
I feel like
it's kind of
if
cool.
you're playing with a butt controller, you're not really going for original size and feel anyways.
That's true. These are true things.
My question would be, how is it on, like, to get to the buttons?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
They
Some of the
stick
buttons
up
look
pretty good.
They stick up all right. Like, if I don't know, like if you want to show the oh, you have a shell. Do you have a shell on yours, or you're talking about just in general?
Yeah, the buttons themselves.
Yeah,
So,
like the
depending on
buttons
how
on the
thick that
shell that I'm
pretty
looking
end is.
at. The buttons on the shell that I'm looking at look like they're they're not sticking out too much. Also, I mean, if you can try to pull it up, I have it in the dock. It's textured though. Like the thing that the top of it is textured to where it's like a really good job that somebody did of making the shell. But at the same time, adding that texture is going to add thickness, which is going to make the buttons actually like, you know, the travel distance is a little sunken in. It looks a little odd. But I mean, I guess if you really want that butt controller, like, go for it.
I mean, it is tempting.
Also, it does not work on Elite controllers because I'm not trying to grab a butt instead of paddles. Just saying.
You're not?
Nah, I'd rather use paddles in Apex instead of trying to smash cheeks.
But I have like a couple of these blue ones laying around because reasons. I could easily cover one of those up and I wouldn't feel bad.
Hold on. Why do you have multiple blue controllers?
Because I ordered one from Best Buy and it got lost. It was gone. Like, it just quit moving it throughout the shipping. And it was like sitting there for 2 weeks doing nothing. And so I contacted Best Buy. They're like, oh, we'll send you another one. I said, okay. That one showed up. And then like a week later, the original one showed up. Like the box was all mangled. Somebody must have like tossed it under their seat in a delivery truck and forgot about it or something, you know?
Yeah.
And then I contacted Best Buy and they're like, whatever, keep it. So
yeah, when you
I got
get to
two of
that
them.
point, when you get to that point, they don't Yeah, because like proof of purchases get weird and all that, and inventory gets weird and all that. You know what I mean?
Yep, yep. They already wrote it off that it was lost. So
that happened to me with a webcam, that Elgato Facecam 2. I ordered it, and Amazon was just like, "We don't know," and I'm like, "Okay." And they go, the only thing that's cool is like they basically say, if we don't see it got delivered by a certain date, we're just going to refund you. Like you don't even have to call. There's like, we're just going to refund you. So then they refunded it, and then 3 days later, it showed up to my house. So, and I kind of was just like, guess I got a free cool webcam that I can use for my charity stream giveaway. Just saying.
nice.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's the first thing I thought about. I'm like, cool prize for the charity stream. Let's go. So that was cool. But yeah, I mean, like, there's other games. That's the thing, is like most of the games that I enjoy on the console, they've done. The one thing I would appreciate is if they took more time. I will say with Xbox and their controllers, they do that engraving, which is really nice. They really do a good job of like the Gears controller, like the Gears 4 one, the red one, has claw marks in it. And they're like etched out of the shell. Like it's textured. So when you rub your finger over it, they're clawed out of the shell. Like it's really cool. But also I wouldn't mind custom noises, just like the consoles. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, like the Starfield headset has custom noises when you turn it on and stuff.
But none of the controllers have ever had that.
Yeah.
No. Fee, what kind of design are you coming up with?
Okay, so the first thing I thought of was the fact that like I always gravitated when it came to like handheld consoles, like the crystal kind of look. Like I like the kind of like frosted, you get to see the inside of it. And I'm like, how do we make this cooler though? And there's a particular controller that I wish looked cooler, and that's the Fallout one. The reason why, because as much as I love the Pip-Boy, I feel like they could have done something cooler with this. Now, here's the thing. I've seen controllers before that have RGB in it, and I think what would be really cool is make it almost look like you have like Nuka-Cola Quantum going through it. So it's like the blue kind of like like RGB. But I think that would be really cool. Like the crystal kind of like almost like a dark frosted. Maybe it looks like it's been like gone through like decades underneath the water. So there's like a bunch of like, maybe even like it looks like pond scum. So it looks kind of gross, but at the same time you see like this blue kind of cool stuff. I don't know. I thought that would be kind of cool. Maybe even having like the top, like the front of it be like the bright kind of like Nuka-Cola red, and then the back of it is the glowing part of it. Because I'm like, I just want something like unique.
Yeah.
One sec.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind
like
controllers. Cool. I wouldn't mind controllers. Like, so recently, just recently, they actually announced an official Xbox controller that is a reminiscent of the old school N64, like see-through blue.
Yeah.
It's called Sky Cypher is the name of the controller. And it's definitely that old school, like the old Macs and the old, you know what I mean? Like all that stuff that used to be that see-through transparent, like plastic blue. But having something like that would be cool. But if you had like a single LED thing that like a light that would go through it and stuff to make it look more vibrant, that'd be cool. And I'm not talking about those afterglow controllers that are just RGB in your hand. I'm talking like some design would be kind of cool for like something running through the controller almost, you know. I think that would be pretty slick.
Because at first I was just like, what if you did like water cooling? And I'm like, but water cooling would be nuts in a handheld, which would be absolutely bonkers.
There's nothing that needs to be water cooled. They don't produce that much heat.
It looks cool, Mitch.
You're just talking about the visuals of it, like the visuals of it. Yeah,
that's why I took a step down and said, you know what, RGB makes more sense if you had it like kind of like line through and stuff like that. Because one thing I do like the controller that like honestly like right now, this is my favorite controller from Xbox. It's the Starfield one, because I love the fact that it has like not only like I love white controllers, mind you, but it's just like it looks nice. Like it's just like it has different coloring. The buttons do have the crystal look on it. They have the gold like button, like actual like D-pad, but then they have like, you can kind of see it on here, is they have like instructions and stuff on where things go. And then on the back of it, it says property of the constellation. And it has like a little battery pack on it that shows like there's the battery. And then here, it like on the sides, it has like grip here. So you have to grip the sides. Like, I think that's so cute. And I think that they could do something really cool with that if they like maybe had like the lines, like maybe it goes from like one edge and then it kind of like goes around these particular buttons and then it goes around here and then it kind of like does the D-pad and then goes up here and then goes back down. Like, I think that like it couldn't just be like RGB just around it. It has to be kind of like intricate around it. I think it needs to be interesting. So yeah, that was my downside, because of course I do understand that controllers do not need water cooling, but it would look cool. So
like,
yeah,
this is one of those things. I have the Sea of Thieves controller here, which
nice.
This is my wife's controller. This is the one she likes. But like, the barnacles right here are etched out of the controller.
Gotcha.
Like, you can feel there's like a gap in the controller right here. There's like a single gold trigger for a gold tooth. There's north, south, east, west on the actual sides here. So you can see like the compass and stuff. The controller, like the middle thing here and the buttons glow in the dark. So like, this was one of the cooler controllers I thought they ever made. And like, again, that's when I liked when Xbox started doing custom controllers, because it wasn't just a print on top, and they do those little things, right? Those little like, you know, like the back has like a symbol for Sea of Thieves and stuff. I always thought Xbox did a solid job of the controllers, but then they started doing like even better when it came to the Xbox One controllers, because then they started actually doing the engravings in the controllers and stuff like that. I would love like a Doom controller, just like some like dark red, see-through, like crazy looking controller. I think a Doom controller would be awesome.
Yeah, I can't see in the chat says for Diablo 4 put Lilith with her wings out. That'd be pretty rad. Like, you could really make some cool things out of Diablo. What I don't understand is, why is Fallout the only one that you can customize? Like, you can go to Design Labs and say, I want the Fallout faceplate, and then you can change out things like, you know, oh, I want different colored triggers. I want green triggers and stuff. Like, why is that a thing for this, not any other controllers?
Because I think with other controllers, they have some sort, like, it's all around design. So this has like,
so what I'm saying is, like, why can't we have more Xbox first party games faceplates that you could pick from?
You know what? I agree with that. Mind you, I'm not going to lie. This is one of my least favorite, and it bothers me because this is like my favorite.
Right, your favorite
game.
Franchise, and then
like,
you don't like
the downside. Okay, I completely agree, because I think it would be really cool, because even if you could have like maybe like a Halo one, so having maybe like the Master Chief helmet across it, or you could do something with Gears, something with like any of the other obviously franchise that we have. We have Indiana Jones right around the corner. What are they going to do with that?
I want to know, how hard is it for them to put a pattern on a faceplate like this?
Probably not very hard at all. That looks like more of a
why
print.
don't they have, for an extra dollars amount, you provide your own image?
I'd have
Here,
an image
we'll
power
give you
limit
the
16
template.
controller in a heartbeat.
And yeah, exactly. You could put your logo on it. How cool would that be?
It's because, Bowser, someone is going to...
Put something on there that'll get them banned.
Okay, but they could also like just paint it themselves. They could also have people like moderate that and say, no, we're not printing this image. You're not getting this in official Xbox packaging.
Then you'd have to hire a bunch of people to essentially like green flag designs.
Or
which, I mean, you know what?
AI,
Microsoft,
just take a look at it.
Wow,
Yeah.
Mitch, you're taking jobs away from people.
I'm just kidding. I'm just saying, if you want these things to happen, you
this
can say, hey,
hypothetical
AI can check
job
this
you
out.
just took from a bunch of people, Mitch. I can't believe it. You gave it to AI. What a choice. This hypothetical.
We're
those
creating
people are
jobs,
upset.
and Mitch is giving them away to.
I'm sorry. I'm just saying it's a way to moderate if somebody puts something horrible on a controller.
Yeah.
You've taken away Timmy and Susan's
What if that
Halloween.
was your initial solution? What if they were like, hey, we can do this, but we have to use AI? I'm just saying.
Hey, I was going to say no to a whole bunch of stuff that should be fine, but
The other thing I appreciate too is when they allow, well, the Elite controller, I love how they found that out, by the way, with the button though, how you can change the color of the button as well. The Xbox button. That was my favorite, like, hidden Easter egg, is when people found out you could change the Elite's color of the button. And they were like, do you guys know about that, right? So the Elite 2, the actual button, the Xbox button can change colors. The only way they found that out is they plugged it into a Steam, into a PC. And on Steam, the controller option said, do you want to change the colors? And everybody's like, hold on a damn minute. You could change the color of this? And people started changing the colors and they were like, hey, Microsoft, is there a reason nobody's telling us you could do this? And then in the future update, they were like, JK, you can go in the settings now and change it. So I thought that was funny. Like, Steam ratted them out that their controller had the ability to change colors and Microsoft didn't market that at all. I don't know if they were hiding it for some big reveal or something and then Steam just found out. But yeah, I just thought about that. I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with just peachy, but it would look good red and black hands, yellow heart red. Oh, that's literally the emoji.
Read the emo text. Yep.
I'm gonna leave.
It's odd to me that they don't make more of these, like, that they don't do more of, like, especially the games, right? Especially if they own the game, right? I mean, I appreciate the controllers that take more time, like, you know, like the Starfield one. Also, Cyberpunk's controller was awesome. I thought that was a good one too. So I appreciate when they take more time to, like, not just kind of stamp an image on the top of it, you know, when they have, like, the etchings in the controller and they do the glow in the dark stuff. Like, also part of this Sea of Thieves controller, like, here is see-through. But this stuff has, like, algae behind it to where you can't see through it. Like, it's little things like that that are awesome that I really like. But if a compromise was this as an option of, like, more franchises.
And quit making things like limited editions. Just make them available. Like, I understand people might have to wait. Like, if they printed a batch and that batch ran out and we have to wait a while for the next batch, that's fine. But, like, I hate limited edition things in general. Like, let's not cater to the collector's market reselling later. Let's have a bunch of things. So if Hellblade is your favorite game, you can get the Hellblade Xbox and the controller. Like, let's not gatekeep this, because now all that stuff's bought up by bots and sold on eBay within 10 minutes of going live.
Facts.
I have to admit though, I'm kind of weirded out right now because I just went to see, like, if there's any way to still buy the Sea of Thieves controller.
They're
and I just found
expensive.
And I just saw what they sell on eBay for it. I'm like, oh, crap.
I think that's if you have the didn't it come with, like, cosmetics and stuff for Sea of Thieves the game?
I got the box and everything right there.
Yeah,
I got the box and
code?
the cosmetics that came with it. Yeah.
Well, if you
I don't think I redeemed it because
because
I didn't play Sea of Thieves. My wife is just really into pirates. And like, that's why I showed her, I'm like, hey, there's this game coming out, but she wouldn't play the game, but she's like, I like the controller though.
Yeah.
So
a friend of mine sold the code that's in the box for a significant amount of money. Mm-hmm. Just the code, not even the controller. Because that's the only way you could get those items in the game.
Here's something that's a little bumming that I did not know was a thing that I'm going to put in the chat real fast. Apparently they do, this is an eBay listing. I was unaware. They actually do, I know for some games or some consoles they do this, custom controllers for the devs. So the devs themselves will get a custom branded controller, and apparently Sea of Thieves Creator Crew controller. So this was like a super duper limited edition one. And I'm just like, man, that's cool looking. Like, there's a couple of them, and there's like some that are like T-Mobile controller, a Pringles controller. Like, that's weird, but okay. But no, like, there's a couple controllers that are out there. Yeah, like that. That's cool looking.
That's pricey.
Yeah, it's real pricey.
There's probably like 200 of them ever made or something.
Yeah, this Pringles one that I'm looking at here, it says 1 of 12 in existence.
Yeah.
And it costs $1,700. So I'm good. Like, I'm not trying to buy it. I'm just saying I think it's cool that they do these dev ones like that. Just like they had the I Made It Xbox when it came out. Like, the original people who worked on the Xbox One got a special console that says I made this. And I thought that was cool too. But I'm trying to think of what other games. Because that's the thing is, like, most of the time, Microsoft's pretty good about the games that they have come out. I appreciate when they do,
but
like,
if they've
the
done
20th
that
anniversary.
Recently, like,
That's the thing, not really, right? Like
They had the Halo console that had its own controller, right?
Yes. Did Halo Infinite? It didn't have its own separate controller though.
I don't think you could buy it separate. You had to get the
you couldn't buy it
console.
separate. Yeah, which was trash if you ask me, because like I would have absolutely bought that Halo controller.
It was still
they had the Halo console, Infinite Elite controller come out, which was that green one, which was sick. Again, I like collecting controllers, but not when they cost $180. You know what I mean? Like I'm good there. But yeah, they never actually came out with like the Halo one that was part of the actual limited edition console. That controller never got released separately, which is tragic.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate gatekeeping things like this.
Yeah, I agree. Speaking of PlayStation Direct, that Spider-Man 2 controller was also kind of in the same boat. I barely got one, but I think like the next game that they could do something cool. Because like I'm trying to think of recent controller releases. Did Forza Horizon 5 or was it 4 that had a controller?
I think it was 5. Wasn't it like a rainbow coloring?
It was 5. Yeah, that was a cool controller.
That was a neat one.
That was a really cool one. I want to say that and Starfield might have been the last two like official controllers that came out from Microsoft. Which apparently you can still get that Forza one. It's only $90 on Amazon though. Good Lord. Used. Yuck. But
and it's kind of see-through too. Like, isn't it like see-through yellow?
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's like a see-through yellow, but then it's got the splashes of like paint on it, and it has like the color, the blue and pink paint. And that looked cool. It has a Forza symbol on it. Looks good.
It doesn't really scream Forza to me, but
not really. And again, it's meant to be like the festival and like all the whatever. Like,
yeah, the coloring goes with the game, but it doesn't really, like, if you just look at that and you haven't played Forza Horizon 5, you'd be like, what is this? Pretty controller.
There's literally like a little logo that says Forza on it, and that's it. Like, there's a little Forza logo on it, and that's it. But like, yeah, I would appreciate like I think the next game that could get one, Indiana Jones would be okay. I couldn't imagine a really good Indiana Jones controller. I think the next one, if they made a Doom controller, I think that would be sick. That'd be so awesome. And it doesn't have to be a chainsaw shield controller. It could just be a normal controller.
I mean, it'd be best if it was, but
100%. I just want to point that out. The that chainsaw controller, the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller, was definitely it was a mock-up of a chainsaw. It wasn't a normal controller shape. It had buttons here to hold it like a chainsaw. It was the wildest looking thing you've ever seen, and it came in like a case and everything. And yeah, it's very strange. That was back in the days where they could make controllers weird and people still bought them. But yeah, like let me trying to get you.
Let's make some more weird things.
I need one.
Make some more weird things.
Just make it like out of just.
Did you say Jello?
Yeah, why not?
I guess, yeah. You could make it Jello.
Yeah.
I mean,
that one might need
sticky fingers trying to play, but all right.
That one might need water cooling.
Yeah, but might need some
water
wet
rinsing
naps
of my
near
fingers.
You. Yeah, exactly. Get some wet naps near you. Here's the Resident Evil 4 chainsaw controller. I don't think anybody's brave enough to do anything like that again, though. Like, it was definitely weird, and it made noises. It was just a very strange controller.
Oh yeah, I'd play with that.
Does it go like bring it in?
Yes. Perfect. So like I said, you could kind of see how you hold it, but that was a real item that got sold. I remember selling that at the video game store. And it was definitely not cheap at the time either. It was kind of crazy, but yeah, like that was what's that?
Steal the Stadia controller. I liked the Stadia controller. I'm not trying to just be silly about it. I love that controller.
Yeah.
And I think
it's a nice feeling one.
It's a nice feeling. It doesn't give control. I find controller fatigue, because sometimes the way that you hold the controller for so long, it's just like I'm done holding this controller. Never experienced it with Stadia. I want it. And no, I'm not just saying that because I miss Stadia a lot, because I do, but I digress. That controller was just so good. It was a fantastic controller. And no,
I just
it's not
want
flashy.
split controllers. I just want Nintendo Switch style, not the crappy sticks that are too short that you can't control what you're doing. I want to take this controller and snap it in half.
Bowser, you could do that right now.
I mean, I could. I got a few
but
extras.
Will it work is the question. Yeah, exactly.
That's not. I've actually torn these apart. I bought a custom shell on Amazon a while back. Yeah, there's a lot of tiny little wires and stuff you got to remove to make that happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not fun.
I saw about something, Bowser. Did you know about Copilot on Xbox?
Yeah.
Technically, you
I also
do it. You just have to have 2 controllers. It's
and
possible.
I might do that. Maybe I should try that.
You should just hold like one controller in one hand, another controller in the other, and just be like,
no, but that's the thing. So on Xbox,
I'm gaming. This is how I play so many games every week. One in each hand, fools.
I honestly, Bowser, if that was actually what you did, wouldn't be shocked. I would be like, this makes a lot of sense. That's the only way it makes sense to me.
No, don't clip it.
I'm gaming.
I'm gaming.
That is so awesome.
No, I think this was a good time to think about what type of controller we want to see in the future. Honestly, I want that like what is it, gradient, like of the clear to the fully colored one. I think that's
I like
cool.
those. Yeah. I like that's kind of similar to that Sea of Thieves one I showed you. Like it's solid white, but then it's got and there's a couple controllers that they have that are like that. But if you could customize that to certain color schemes, like I just feel Xbox on their controller, their design lab stuff could go completely nuts if they really wanted to, and then we could just make our own. But custom logos, Xbox, figure it out. Pay somebody to do it though. Don't use AI. Pay somebody to do it,
someone. Exactly.
Pay a person.
Pay the people. But I do have that, what the heck's it called? The BioWave Proteus? Is that what it's called? It's like a third-party accessibility controller.
Oh, yeah, you bought that.
Yeah, so whenever that comes in, I think maybe this fall it's supposed to come out.
Don't you love when you buy things and it's like, when's it going to show up?
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
I bought an item that I bought in full with the hopes of it coming soon, and I've been waiting 2 years for it and it's still not in my door. So yeah, let's see. Let's see what it has. Supposedly it's shipping now. Supposedly. We'll see. Figure it out.
Any other controllers you want to talk about before we wrap this up?
Personally, I think the Xbox controller is the best controller on the market, but the battery life on the Wii U Pro controller is the best battery life I've ever seen. So if we can just combine those two, it would be great.
Perfect.
The Wii U or the Switch?
The Wii U, well, the Wii U Pro controller back in the day, like that one. And I'm sure the Switch one is very similar. That thing had like 80-hour battery life somehow. I'm just like, I don't know how this is possible, but it was awesome. You know, the dumb part though, it only charged, like you couldn't just plug in like a power and charge it. It actually had to like plug into like authorized stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is awful.
That's no good.
But no, the Xbox controller, ever since I touched the Xbox One controller, like the OG one, I was like, this is the controller. This is perfect in my opinion. And then the Elite controller came out and I'm like, this is the best controller on the planet Earth. And I still stand by that. Although this guy, which I'm about to use here in a second, pretty solid. You know,
yeah. I wish they
PlayStation
would
should
like
step up their controller game though too.
The wings. I wish you could adjust the angle, and that's for every brand of every controller. Because like bodies are not all the same shape. So you know, take some tension off my wrists. Let me adjust what angle that should be at. Just put a hinge in the middle. I'm sure it's super easy.
You want it inward, like you want it
I want the controller actually
that's
like
exactly
this.
how I want it.
I want it to be able to like this, and I want the buttons.
Oh
right
my
here.
god, that is the weirdest.
I just
Hold
got
on a second.
recurrent carpal tunnel looking at that.
I'm having hold on a minute. Nah, what are you doing?
This is
what are
great.
you doing?
What
are you
the
doing?
Best way to
You can't
It would be
do this.
fine if they were far apart. Like that's what I do with my Switch controllers.
That's what
right?
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
I think my wrists are already hurting right
Carpool
now
tunnel.
doing this. Carpool tunnel. Ba-doom-tsh. There you go.
Guys, this is
I
the
don't
new
know.
way. This is the new way to hold a controller.
You know, it's funny too. The way sometimes the way people hold controllers, when I see people use like claw, my head hurts.
do you mean?
And so they'll hold the controller
No,
instead
when you
of like
press
this,
your face buttons,
they're
like
this. Their index finger, they use this, like the side of it to hit it, and they use this for this and this for this.
Yep.
It's my son I've seen play like that. I'm like, who the hell taught you how to do that? Because I didn't. I didn't teach you that weird.
You know
way
what
to
gets
hold
rid of
controller.
the necessity of that is having the Elite controller. 'Cause then
Exactly.
you can put those actions on the back buttons, and you don't have to worry about the face buttons.
What if I told you my son has an Elite controller and still plays some games like that?
Well,
He's a weirdo. It's okay.
Well, you know what?
you said it, not me.
I did. I could say that about my own son. You're correct.
There we
All
go.
good.
All right.
Think I said all the controller
But
talk we got.
Xbox, just make controllers available for all your big games. All of
Please.
them.
Yeah.
Please.
Like, we want
Even
to give
Design
you money.
Labs.
We want you to give you the money.
I don't want
You
to
don't
give
wanna
you money,
take it.
actually. I don't want to. I just want a controller.
I don't give you money. Give me free stuff.
I'm going to start
I think you
ordering.
need to start with the Xbox first, Fee. I think you need to get step one. Step one is
start-
Xbox.
I have an Xbox controller and I don't have an Xbox.
I think if you're going to ask Xbox for something first, how about you ask for an Xbox first?
I'm actually not asking for anything because this is all a joke, but I want to make it very abundantly clear.
Phil Spencer of Xbox. Fee from the Xbox Drive would love free Xbox stuff. Thank you very much.
Oh my god, please do not. Do
Yeah.
not.
I'm just going to order some, like, plain face plates and send them to Fee. Can you paint them for me?
Boom.
Just take it apart. Just pop that first plate off and just send it to her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can do that. Void a warranty immediately.
Sean's
Whatever.
right. You can actually watch this particular actual current like situation on this particular channel, which is we already got a free Series X. We opened it on the back of a truck. One of my favorite videos on the internet, guys. Not even.
It was
hands
definitely
down.
the most unique unboxing of all time, I think.
I loved it.
Yeah. Very on brand.
Wasn't
Sean
his
almost
wife
died.
driving just in a circle in the parking lot?
It was something like that.
That was
Yeah.
awesome.
Perfect.
Very awesome. Go check it out. Go subscribe to the channel while you're there too. Make sure you like every video you see.
Exactly.
All of them. Leave
All of
comments.
them.
Preferably
Yeah.
nice ones, but even if they're mean ones, we'll take them.
Especially on the Hellblade
Engagement
2
is
review. For the
engagement.
love of God, please just be nice to Sean. Thank you.
Exactly. Well, I love this controller chat, but
It's time to go.
the
it's time to
universe
go.
needs us, guys.
All right,
We have to do our
does.
part.
We gotta save democracy or something. I
Yeah,
don't
we
know
gotta
what we're
save
doing.
Yeah.
We have to do our part. Mitch.
Democracy.
Gotta cause some chaos.
Cause some
Exactly.
chaos.
I'm definitely not foreshadowing by wearing a Helldivers 2 shirt this entire time or anything like
Traitor.
that. Check that out. Yeah,
All right.
exactly.
Traitor, we're literally about to play it, Bowser.
But not on the Xbox Drive show.
I mean, we're
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
it.
Completely separate
Oh.
event on a completely separate channel.
Hold on a
Facts.
second. So if I show this controller, the Xbox Drive, do you guys have to blur it out? Is that what it is? It's
Yeah.
like-
Yeah, that's actually.
That's why I
sorted out
didn't
right
show
now.
this one, because it just like disappears. You can't see it.
Exactly. Sean's gonna have to go into post on this and like blur this out, and then he's gonna have a hard time when I'm doing this all over the screen. Have fun with that in post.
It'll just blur out the entire It's just gonna be
Yeah,
like
just blur,
too
blur
difficult.
out
We
your
blurred
entire
out
box.
Mitch.
Yeah.
Just the whole cam is just fuzzy out of nowhere. I'm just like,
And it's just gonna be like that for the rest of the stream, which should
Oh,
only
no.
be. Yeah, that's what happens when you decide to show a controller from another console. But I digress. This has been really fun, guys.
it
It
has been.
has.
Really fun.
Now, before we go play that there, Helldivers, let's take a moment and thank our wonderful Patreons over at patreon.com/carpoolgaming. First up, our Game Pass Ultimate producers, Jonathan Brown, who's the man behind the music on this show and the PlayStation Drive. You can find him at linktree/pme.jib. And Cwagmire, who reminds you that the best babes are Xenobabes. Our platinum producers are Peje EP, Smokin Joe, The Captain, and Tim Paullin. Gold members, Adam K, Anna, Awesome Dave, BobLoblaw, Brad Moore, Brian Reese, Cecily Carrozza, CowboyDangerD, Dan and Luma, Dannohh, Drellesh, Emily O'Kelly, Hoppel, Jan32, Kia Savoy, OldMrFrump, Patrice Mallette, Shane Erickson, Tech Mike, the Jiggy Collector, and Tim Aulph?
Good job.
Aulph,
Fee, where can people find you on the internet?
you can find me over at twitch.tv/Zeranix, where I am a PNG tuber, and this week on the docket, we are making a video game. We are actually doing the we're doing it. We're doing the things. We're actually doing the Godot Wild Jam, which is a game jam that starts literally today at 4 p.m. Eastern, and then it ends at 4 p.m. Eastern next Sunday. So the theme is light and dark. So right now we actually just had our first like discussion an hour before the podcast, and we're going to be working on that for the next week. So if you want to see any of that game creation, or if you want to see any of the VODs, feel free to go over and check it out on my channel, because it's going to be chaotic. I might cry. It's fine. It happens when I'm trying to get things organized. It's fine. We're fine. It's going to be a great experience. I wanted to show this from start to finish, and so did my partner, who's going to be doing the coding for it. So if you want to hop in channel, you want to give us some feedback, you want to maybe play test, maybe we'll send out some play tests to get people interested to see how the game works. Who knows? Bowser?
I've got time for video games.
Yay! Bowser always has time for video games. But yeah, you can check
Correct.
me out over on twitch.tv/Sharanix.
Awesome. Mitch, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me mostly on Twitch, not on YouTube until after Sunday. All these places, all of the above. Mitch Power 1116. I'll be playing Apex because the new season's still happening, so I'll be playing that. I do need to get Elden Ring in, so I'll be doing that here soon. I'll be playing Star Wars Outlaws, which will also be pretty awesome. Probably do an actual traditional YouTube series on that. I kind of gave up on doing that for Elden Ring, because that game isn't conducive for normal YouTube stuff. But you can also come find me on Mondays and Tuesdays on my stream, where I edit live on stream. So if you guys want to help me make some content, watch me edit some TikToks, watch me make some new emotes. I got some new emotes planned. So do all that. Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. Mitch Power 1116.
Awesome. And you can find me on X and Xbox and PlayStation at Bowser13. And come hang out in the Discord. It's a really friendly group in there. We might even tell you good morning. So come hang out. And don't forget, shortly after we finish this podcast, we're going to be live over at twitch.tv/carpoolgaming live, playing some Helldivers 2. So make sure you come join us.
Yup. Do it.
Until then,
Do it.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode of the Xbox Drive. Now, before you drive off, be sure to like and subscribe on YouTube and follow Carpool Gaming on socials. Don't forget that we've got some awesome Xbox Drive merch on carpoolgaming.com, and you can also support the show on Patreon at patreon.com/carpoolgaming for exclusive content. Links to everything are in the description. We'll see you next week.